Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, it's a bit of a different setup. I've moved my room around, which you can check out in the previous video. In today's video, I'm actually going to be going through my CD collection because I've got quite a few, and I thought I'd share with you what I've got. I'm not going to be talking about every single CD, I'm just going to show you, and if I want to talk about that album, then I will talk about it, and if I don't, you'll just get a really quick look at what I've got in my collection. Let's get started. I'm going to go with this one to start off with, and it is You and Me by Mikey Ball. He is a local artist. I think he is in Verwood now. He might be somewhere else. But he used to actually be my singing tutor when I attended Clive's Rock School. He only taught me for a little bit, but yes, he used to be my singing tutor. So I, of course, had to buy his album, and actually it's really good. So if you haven't checked out Mikey Ball, I highly recommend that you do check out Mikey Ball. Next one I have is Rachel Stamp, which, oh my god, I love Rachel Stamp. David Ryder Prangley is freaking amazing. This guy here, Will, is actually the guitarist from Adam Ant now, which is quite cool. My favourite song of this album has to be either Black Cherry or Monsters of a New Wave. I will link some videos in the description so that you can check them out, but Rachel Stamp are awesome, so awesome, and yeah, highly recommend Rachel Stamp too. Next I have Freeway Mad. Freeway Mad is another local band. They're from Basingstoke, I do believe. They are now known as Crooked Shapes, and the singer from Freeway Mad is now actually the front man for The Treatment, but they still had really good songs, and I got treated for this for my 20th birthday, so thank you guys. Yeah, I highly recommend that you check out The Treatment and also Crooked Shapes because they are both amazing bands. We'll skip that one. This one is the Smoking Prophets, another local band from Southampton. They're amazing. They are really good. They're very good live. I was good friends with the bass player, Jake. Oh, this is actually signed. I didn't know that. Cool. Yes, this is called Deceived Deceased. And my favourite of this album has to be Do You Believe? Next, I have Voodoo Vegas, another band from Bournemouth. They've played with the likes of Quo and the Dead Daisies. My favourite on this album is Killing Joke or Black Stabber or Long Time Gone. They're actually really good. I really do like Voodoo Vegas a lot, and yeah, this is a good album, so I highly recommend that you check out Voodoo Vegas as well. Next, I have a greatest hits album by the lovely Suzi Quatro. Suzi was obviously a big name in the 1970s. Apparently I used to look like her. Obviously, Devilgate Drive should be one that people know. But my favourite has to be Your Mama Don't Like Me, because the bass on that is absolutely slapping and it's really good. And if you're into your bass and females, Suzi Quatro is a good way to go. Next, I have the Hollywood Vampires, the supergroup that involves members of Aerosmith as well as Johnny Depp and Alice Cooper. I believe that these are all covers. Some of them might be original songs, but they have got covers of The Who, T.Rex, Steve Marriott's band, The Small Faces, and Led Zeppelin, from what I can see on here, and they're really good, so I highly recommend, if you haven't already, check out the Hollywood Vampires. Next, I have my first ever Stop Stop album that I bought. I had to get the boys to re-sign this because I actually gave my original album that I bought away to a friend who is now in America, so I had to re-get this, but this is probably my favourite Stop Stop album. They're on my arm. One of my favourite bands ever, but this is called Join the Party, and my favourite song on this album is called With You. It's really special to me, and this album got me through a lot of dark times, so yeah, cute. Next I have their Barcelonningham album by Stop Stop. I wasn't much of a fan of Barcelonningham, unfortunately. It wasn't really my thing, but I do have a favourite song, which I think would be Billy No Mates, because it's a brilliant song. So yeah, another Stop Stop album. Next I have The Stones on Air, which I haven't opened, live from the BBC. Oh, it's all like the 1960s and stuff, so I'm sure this is really good, but I haven't listened to it yet, so I have no thoughts. This is the first Rolling Stones album that I actually bought with my own pocket money. It is Between the Buttons, which is a fantastic album. It includes songs such as Let's Spend the Night Together, Ruby Tuesday. My favourite songs are Connection and Miss Amanda Jones. This is probably like one of the only albums I have with Brian on it, I think. And I adored this album specifically because Brian was on it. It also comes with a little booklet full of pictures. I'm not sure who drew them. I have a feeling it was Bill Wyman that drew them. I think it says at the back. I'll have a look. I could be completely wrong. Oh, they're by Charlie Watts. The drawings are by Charlie Watts, which is quite cool. And that's what the back looks like. So yeah, I highly recommend this if you're into your Brian Jones. Next I have Gimme Some Neck by Ron Wood. I think this was after he joined the Stones, but I could be wrong. I don't really know much about my individual band members. 1979, yes, so he would have already been in the Stones when he released this. My nan actually bought this for me. I actually wanted, I've got my own album to do, that is my favourite Ronnie Wood album, but I have Gimme Some Neck instead. I haven't actually listened to all of them, but my favourite song is Buried Alive, so yes. Next, 40 Licks. Obviously, oh shit, there's more than what I thought is meant to be in here. Oh god. That needs sorting out. This is you can see how tatty it is. I listened to this album a lot when I was a kid. I think I actually pinched it from my dad. It came out in 2002, so I may well have pinched this from my dad. But yeah, this was like my Bible when I was growing up. Next we have Their Satanic Majesty's Requests. This is a very clever album actually, because if you know Sgt. Pepper by the Beatles, there are hidden Rolling Stones members in the front cover. So there should be, I may be completely wrong, but there should be, there's John Lennon, so maybe I'm not wrong. Oh, and there's George Harrison. So yeah, there are Beatles members on the front of Their Satanic Majesties. This is a very obscure album. Again, it's got Brian Jones on it. It is very obscure. If you're not really into like your LSD sort of period of bands, this probably won't be for you. This is the Stones version of Sgt. Pepper. That's all I can say really. I do like it. I have to be in the right mood to listen to it, but it is a very good album. My favourite song would have to be Sing This All Together, or She's a Rainbow, just because She's a Rainbow is a classic. But again, it depends what sort of era you're into. If you're not into like that part of the 60s, then this won't be the album that you'd like. Oh, Rolled Gold. I think this is full of classics again. When did this come out? I can't see. I think my dad must have bought this and I pinched it again. It's an okay album. It's another best of. So it's got, you know, all the usual, like I Want to Be Your Man, Not Fade Away, Carol, Red Rooster, Get Off of My Cloud. Dandelion is a very good song. Midnight Rambler, Gimme Shelter, Wild Horses. So it's very beginning of the Stones. Yeah, if you're not too sure and you want another greatest hits, it's alright. It's alright. Oh, Tattoo You. I don't actually like Tattoo You. It's not one of my favourites. My favourite song on it would be, I've got to have a little look. Oh, Worried About You is quite a good song, so I'm going to go for that one. This is the Start Me Up album, if any non-Stones fans aren't too sure. This is the one that Start Me Up is on. It's got Ronnie Wood on it. I just don't like it. Next we have Jump Back, which was my first ever Stones album, and it didn't look like this. This is a new version of it. I know that much. When did this come out? So this starts off at 1971 to 1993. So it skips over the Brian period. Came out in 2009. Okay. But yeah, this was what first got me into the Stones. This was my Bible. I listened to this religiously every single day, at least twice or more. And I love it so much. It's got Start Me Up on it, as well as Tumbling Dice, Angie, Emotional Rescue, Mixed Emotions, Bitch, and Undercover of the Night, which I think it's got a really good mix here, because they're all classics, which is brilliant. But you've got your sort of later Stones mixed in with your early. So it starts off with Start Me Up and Brown Sugar, then goes into Harlem Shuffle, which I think is quite good to see the difference between the years, if that makes sense. And it finishes with Undercover of the Night. So yeah, if if you think the Stones are shit and the only good song was Satisfaction, I highly recommend grabbing Jump Back, because this should hopefully change your mind a little bit, because they are quite diverse. Satisfaction, if that is your be all and end all of the Stones, I'm very sorry. Next we have December's Children, another album with Brian on. This is mainly covers again, I think, but it's got I'm Free, Get Off of My Cloud, Route 66. My favourites on this is Talking About You and You Better Move On. They're my two favourites from this album. I do really like this album, actually. Yeah, not too much more to say about that, but I do really like December's Children. Next we have Keith Richards' album, which came out a few years ago, I do believe. I could be wrong. I'm going to check the date. 2015, I'm correct. This would be what the Netflix documentary was about, the making of this. It's called Cross-Eyed Heart. I think that's how I pronounce it. I'm not really that into Keith's solo stuff, but I bought it because it's Keith. Maybe I'll go back and listen to it, but I don't really like it. Next we have Out of Our Heads, which a lot of people are going to go, but that's exactly the same as December's Children. Yes, but they are different. Out of Our Heads has Mercy, Hitchhike, Good Times, and I'm Free on it. Also does this one. It only has I'm Free. My favourite songs on this one is Mercy, Mercy, and Hitchhike. And Gotta Get Away is quite good as well. I like them both because they're just really cute beginning of the Stones' career, and I think the songs from back then are really just sweet and cute compared to like your later stuff, like I'm trying to think of something really new. Like the latest one they released, Ghost Town, is very different. I prefer this, in my opinion. I'm quite an old girl. I do like my 60s a lot. Next we have my favourite album of all time, which is Exile on Main Street. It's amazing. If you listen to the Stones and you think that Exile on Main Street is not a good album, we can't be friends, because it is their best work. I'm very sorry, but in my opinion it is their best work ever, and you cannot beat Exile on Main Street. It's fantastic. It's classic Stones. If you're not too sure what the Stones sound like, they sound like Exile on Main Street, end of, and that is the best sound ever, period. My favourite song obviously has got to be Tumbling Dice, because it is my favourite song and my favourite Stones song. But apart from that, I do also like Rip This Joint and Rocks Off. And if you've ever seen Rolling Stones play at Mr. Kipps, you will know that I usually get up and sing Loving Cup with them. So I just love that album so freaking much. Next we have Goat's Head Soup, which is another classic. I do really like Goat's Head Soup, not as much as Exile, but I do like a bit of Goat's Head Soup. My favourite song would be Heartbreaker or Hide Your Love, although I do quite like Star Star because it makes me feel better about myself. So yeah, Goat's Head Soup. Oh my god, I've got so much more to get through. Oh, sorry for knocking you. Oh, there's some more Stones albums I've just seen. We'll have a look at this one. This is, I think this is called It's Only Rock and Roll. I could be wrong, but I think it's called It's Only Rock and Roll, which I believe is the first one. No, wait, would it have Ronnie Wood on it? I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. Scratch that. Don't listen to me. This still has Mick Taylor on it. My favourite song is, oh, If You Really Want to Be My Friend's really cute. And probably Ain't Too Proud to Beg, but that isn't actually a Stones song, but it's a really good cover, very good cover. I love it. And yeah, so Only Rock and Roll. Little bit of information here. It's Only Rock and Roll was actually co-written by Ronnie Wood, but the Stones wanted it for this album, so they traded I Can Feel the Fire for It's Only Rock and Roll. So on the Ronnie Wood album, which is called, I've got my own album to do, it will feature I Can Feel the Fire, which features Bowie and Mick Jagger on vocals, as well as Ronnie Wood. Yeah, there's just a little bit of information for you. Okay, next there's this, which is Daisy Chains. I don't know if they're still going, I don't think they are, but they were quite a young band, back in maybe 2016, I think. Yeah, I haven't really seen them, but I got gifted this, thanks guys. They played one of my rock nights and gave me this, which is quite cool. I wasn't actually a big fan of Daisy Chains. They were very like 1975 sort of vibe, whereas I was very much more like, I liked My Saints of Sin, Pirates of Panama, Western Sand sort of music, so they didn't really fit in with what I liked, but there we go. Next we have the rock album, 3 CDs. I think my dad's recently bought this as well. Oh, I'm missing a CD. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, I know where it is. It's in my nan's car. My nan got me this when I stayed at her house because I was bored of listening to Elvis, so we got this. It's okay. It's okay. The first two look really good. The second one don't, but if you need a good rock album, there's this one. Next we have the Black Star Riders. I did buy this myself. This will actually feature Marco Mendoza on it, which is awesome. Good friend of mine. Yeah, I do like Black Star Riders. I haven't really listened to much of their stuff. I'm going to just say my favourite song is probably Hoodoo Voodoo. I need to listen to a bit more of their songs. They're obviously like members of Thin Lizzy that make up Black Star Riders. I need to listen to them more. But yeah, Black Star Riders. Oh, air guitar anthems. What have we got on here? Bohemian Rhapsody, Whole Lot of Love, Start Me Up, Give Me All Your Lovin', 20th Century Boy, Better Hell, Black Betty, Smoke on Water, You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet, Stone Cold Crazy, Ace of Spades, Here I Go Again, Layla, Sunshine for Your Love, Eye of the Tiger, All or Nothing, Money for Nothing, Don't Stop Believing, Message in a Bottle, I Wanna Rock, Girls, 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 Wild Thing, and We Will Rock You. Okay. Okay, not bad, not bad. Have I got all the... Oh, I do have all the CDs. This looks a bit better than the other one, actually. Next, oh, the first ever Stop Stop album. This is the best one. In my opinion, this is the best one. My favourite song on this is Regret. but I also love In Your Face, Happy Man. I love all of them. All the songs on this album are fantastic. Oh, that's a penis. I'll show you the bag. There you go. Otherwise, you know, whoops. So yeah, this album, if you have the chance to buy it, it's so good. And you'll see that's little fetus Jacob and fetus Vega. Right, next what I have, Cats in Space, Cats in Space, Cats in Space. I haven't actually listened to Cats in Space, but I have bought this because the drummer is, on this album, it should be Stevie Bacon, and he was the drummer for T.Rex, so I bought it for him basically. I think I know someone from Cats in Space on Facebook. Greg, maybe? I'm not sure. I need to listen to it. I'm sure it's great, but I haven't listened to it yet. I've still got loads. Next we have this. I got sent this in my mail. It's by a band called Kikamura. Again, I haven't listened to it yet. I'm really sorry. I will get round to it, I promise. Oh, next we have another Stones album, Blue and Lonesome. This shouldn't be covers. Nope, it's not. Came out in 2016. Oh, that's nice. That's really pretty. That's really nice, actually. They do like to put a lot of effort into their albums, which I think is lovely. And it's all blues songs, so they went right back to their roots, right back to 1962, and you know, did some more blues songs, which is awesome. What do I like? Probably Hate to See You Go and Ride On Down. They're quite good. That did a black flip and landed on David Bowie. So yeah, if you like your blues and you want to go back to your Stones roots, Blue and Lonesome's not too bad. This one, I'm going to talk about this one actually, because Best of British. When I was a kid, probably, I think I was in year 7, maybe in year 6 as well, and year 8. I would listen to this album religiously. It was on every Saturday when my mum was doing the ironing. This would be on and I'd be having the best time of my life, living my best life. It's got Queen, Robbie Williams, Bowie, Rod Stewart. This is where I discovered the Small Faces. I absolutely became obsessed with Steve Marriott. He is perfect. His voice is brilliant. I also discovered the Kinks with Waterloo Sunset. Live and Let Die by Paul McCartney and the Wings. Ian Dury and the Blockheads. Hit me with your rhythm stick. Hit me slowly. Hit me quick. I really like that. I obviously discovered Madness, Culture Club, The Stranglers. I really love Golden Brown and Peter Gabriel with Salisbury Hill. Yeah, I liked this side. I liked the disc one. I don't think I ever really got round to listening to disc 2. But it's got like Spandau Ballet and Duran Duran, Tom Jones, The Shadows, and Elton John on it. So that's probably why I didn't listen to disc 2. Then we have classic Rumours by Fleetwood Mac. I'm not a Fleetwood Mac fan. Sorry. I know that's annoying. Don't Stop and Dreams, obviously. Oh, Go Your Own Way. You can go your own way. And The Chain. I should listen to more Fleetwood Mac. Who's this? This hasn't even been opened yet. I need to listen to that, obviously. I think I got sent it again. The Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yes, obviously, because it's the Rocky Horror Picture Show soundtrack. My favourite song is... Oh, for fuck's sake. Wild and Untamed Thing. Actually, no. Rose Tint My World. Rose Tint My World's my favourite song. But it's an 8-minute long song that has like 3 different songs in it. But Rose Tint My World's my favourite. Next we have John's Children. Which looks like this. This was the first band that Mark Bolan was in. So I'm guessing that Andy Ellison actually sent me this, because I can't imagine buying it or where I would have found it. So thank you, Andy. It probably doesn't have any songs on it that I know, but Oh, it does. Desdemona. Desdemona is a very good song, as well as Sarah Crazy Child or Sarah Crazy Child. Yeah, I'm trying to be really quick because this video is going to go on for fucking hours. Yeah, so John's Children with your, you know, your fetus Mark Bolan. Next we have The Who. 50. They must have released this after. And I obviously bought it because I went to see The Who in 2017. No, I didn't. 2015. So I obviously bought that so that I knew some of the songs. Oh, that's really pretty. That's really pretty. I like that. I love The Who. Pete Townsend is my bae, as well as Keith Moon. It's got all the good songs on it. Eminence Front, Squeezebox, Slipkid, Who Are You, Join Together, Barbara O'Reilly, Love, Reign Over Me, The Seeker, See Me, Feel Me, Won't Get Fooled Again, Bargain, Behind Blue Eyes, The Kids Are Alright, Boris the Spider, Pictures of Lily, I Can See for Miles, Pinball Wizard, I Can't Explain, My Generation, Substitute. And I'm sure it's got Who Are You on it. Yes, it does. So every possible Who song is on this, and good, because I love a bit of The Who. 1975, I used to like them. I don't anymore. Favourite song, probably Girls. This one, John Newman. I love John Newman. I still do. Favourite song on this album would be Cheating. So, bit of John Newman. David Bowie, Black Star. I don't like it. I am very sorry that I don't like it. Very nice, you know, cover and everything. I just don't like it. This is his last album as well, isn't it? Which is sad. Yeah, I just don't like it. I'm sorry. Moving on. Low. Oh, everyone raves about this album. Again, I don't like it. The only song I like on this is Sound and Vision. Otherwise, I'm not really a big fan of Low. Changes Bowie, my first Bowie album, because it's got everything on it. So Space Oddity, Changes, Ziggy, Rebel Rebel, Fame, Heroes, Let's Dance, Blue Jean. You know, it's got all the songs on it. And yeah, I used to play this a lot. Next, we have The Essential Michael Jackson. Again, I played this all the time. I think this came out maybe a few years before he died. But they re-released it when he did pass away, and I bought it straight away because I didn't really know who Michael Jackson was. And when he died, you know, everyone was really upset. So I bought it, and this was my life for about 2 years. And I don't regret any of it because I think it's fantastic. Next we have, which I haven't opened, T.Rex, Children of the Revolution, and Introduction to Mark Bolan. So it's got quite a good mix on here actually. It's got 20th Century Boy, Country Honey, Madonna, Cadillac, Mystic Lady, Rapids, Thunderwing, Metal Guru, Rabbit Fighter, Electric Slim, Born to Boogie, Baby Strange, The Groover. And then on the other side, it's got like Venus Loon, Think Zinc, Truck on Tyke, Explosive Mouth, Blackjack, Left Hand Luke, Thunderbolt Soup, I Love to Boogie, and Pain and Love. So it's got quite a good diverse mixture on there. So if you're not really sure who Mark Bolan is, or you have not listened to T.Rex other than like Get It On, is that on here? That's amazing. This is like the only album that doesn't have freaking Get It On it, which is brilliant. But it does have 20th Century Boy. So yeah, if you've only listened to those two songs, give this a crack because you might like it. Next, we have another T.Rex one. This is Get It On. She's got Rider Riot, Swan, Mustang, Ford, Deborah, Salamander, Paligander. Also, it's got some Tyrannosaurus Rex on here, which is quite good. What's my favourite? Oh, it's even got Desdemona on it. What's my favourite? Stacey Grove. the collection. What's we got next? Grr. Grr was pointless, in my opinion. It's all their old stuff with 2 new songs on it, which is Doom and Gloom and One More Shot. So my favourite song is One More Shot. I don't like Grr. We have James Marshall Black's Tyrant Lizard King, which is basically a cover album of Mark Bonan's songs by James Marshall Black. They're really good. My favourite one has to be Dandy in the Underworld. He absolutely makes that an amazing tune. Next we have Appetite for Destruction by Guns N' Roses. It's a classic. You have to have this in your collection, probably. What's my favourite? I don't know. Probably Paradise City, because I hate Sweet Child of Mine. When I went to rock school, everyone was playing it every single week, and it's been like drummed into my head. And you know, Sweet Child of Mine, I hate that song with a passion. Queen, Greatest Hits album too. It's Kind of Magic, Hammered a Fall, Breakthrough. Oh, Breakthrough's a good song. What's my favourite? Friends Will Be Friends. So, classic Queen. Bon Jovi. My mum lost hers. I don't really like Bon Jovi. Controversial opinion. What's my favourite song on this? Probably No Apologies. So there's your Bon Jovi. Suede. Night Thoughts. Have I listened to this? I don't think I've listened to this, and I think it's because it's not what I was expecting from Suede. So maybe I'll give it a go, but I don't think it's something that I'm really going to be interested in listening to. God, I'm so sorry that this video is going on like for fucking ages. I've still got loads. I'm trying to run through them as quick as possible. This is the Best of Suede, which is fantastic. I bought this for myself for Christmas years and years ago. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. If you haven't really listened to Suede, get this album. It is wonderful. Animal Nitrate, Beautiful Ones, Metal Mickey, So Young, Lazy, Saturday Night, She's in Fashion, Obsessions, My Dark Star, Sleeping Pills, Heroin, The Two of Us, Pantomime Horse, The Insatiable One. It's got everything you could possibly need to be into Suede on it. Brilliant, brilliant best of album. My favourite Suede song is, I do know it, but I'm going to have to look, The Drowners. If any of you have seen my spine, I do have the lyrics from that song written down my spine. So, next we have Blockbusters, which is the best of by Sweet. If you like your 70s, you'll really like this because Sweet were a 70s band. This was like my soundtrack to my life when I was like 15. My favourite Sweet song is probably Coco. Yeah. Or Fox on the Run. So yeah, some Sweet for your treats. Next we have another Suede album. This one is Blood Sports, which is a fantastic album. My favourite song is Hit Me. I can remember, I think when I saw them live, Brett Anderson held my hand when he was singing that song, and I nearly wet myself, so I love that man. Next we have Paul Weller's Satin Patterns, or Saturn's Patterns, which is an incredible album. I've always wanted that tattooed on me for some reason, just because I think it looks pretty. Brilliant album. My favourite song is White Sky, as well as actually Saturn's Pattern. When I saw this live, phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Paul Weller is a freaking genius and a legend. Love my Paul Weller. Yeah, next we have Tara Zara. Behind the Mask. I do actually quite like Tara Zara. It's signed by Daniels. This little guy here, you might have recognised him from EastEnders. He also produced one of Pirates of Panama's albums. What's my favourite song? Sweet Suicide, I think. Now, this looks like a David Bowie collection. Yeah, that looks like a David Bowie collection. So I have Ziggy Stardust. What's my favourite song? Suffragette City, probably. Got that one. Then we have Hunky Dory, which is my favourite Bowie album. And my favourite song is Kooks, I think. Then we have The Next Day, which came out in 2013. Wow. I remember when this came out. God, I was still in freaking school. God, doesn't time go fast? What's my favourite song? That one where he dresses up. What is that song? The Next Day. That's what it's called, The Next Day. Yeah, so that's my favourite. And next we have Pin-Ups, which I think is covers mainly. Is it? I might be wrong. What's my favourite song? Sorrow. Sorrow's my favourite song. Diamond Dogs, another one of my favourite Bowie albums. My favourite is Diamond Dogs. I love this album a lot. Then we have the classic Latin Stain. What's my favourite? Probably Cracked Actor or Watch That Man. Oh! Oh! The Vamps, which has a squiggle on it. I don't know whose it is, but there's a squiggle on it. And then the Vamps. James McVeigh actually lives down here, and he used to go to school with some of my friends, which is quite cool. I don't really like the Vamps anymore, but back then I did. Back in 2014. McFly. Always been a big McFly fan. Oh my god, guys! I found a Stones CD in it. Oh. Which CD is this? I think I know. The Bigger... Oh my god, this is the Bigger Bang. I know why that's in there. Because these were like my 2 albums. So I must have like slipped them in together. The Bigger Bang was my freaking life. Cool. Cool. Next we have McFly. Which one is this? That was Room on the 3rd Floor. This one I don't actually know. Motion in the Ocean it's called. Ocean. Doesn't go like that, but what's my favourite song? Probably Stargirl. Then we have McBusted. McBusted are cool. My favourite song by McBusted is What Happened to Your Band. We're nearly there. We are nearly there. God, this is going to be like an hour-long bloody video of me looking at my albums. T.Rex Special Edition. It's basically the same as all the other ones I've showed you, but this is my dad's, and this is the album that got me into Mark Bolan and T.Rex when I was 7. 100 hits from the 70s. If you're a 70s freak like me, you need this album because it's got everything on it. Got the Nolans. It's got everything on it. Like, this is the soundtrack from my childhood. Period. Then we have Handle with Care. I think this is McBusted again. Yes, it is. This is air guitar and stuff. I don't know why I've got that, but I've got it. Then we have this, which is the Sticky Fingers Deluxe. I did show it in my previous video, so I'll link that below if you want to see what's inside that box. Otherwise, we'll be here all day. And then I have all these, which we have T.Rex to See, the White Christmas album. Then we have Savage Beethoven by T.Rex to See as well. Then we have T.Rex to See Baby Factory and T.Rex to See Trip and Glide in the Ballrooms of Mars. And then we don't want to look at that one, and we don't want to look at that one. We've got T.Rex to See Unplugged. Then we've got Sticky Fingers. Brilliant album. What's my favourite song? Dead Flowers. Then we have Keith Richards' Main Offender with no cover. I've never actually listened to this, so I don't know what my opinion of that is. Then we have No Security. What's on this? Is this a live album? Yeah, from the Bridges of Babylon tour. That's probably why I've got it, because I was obsessed with the Bridges of Babylon DVD. God, I thought that said Corona. It doesn't. It says Karina. What's my favourite? They did Respectable. Okay. What year? 1998. And Memory Motel. Ugh. My favourite would probably be Flip the Switch or Out of Control. And then we have Rolling Stones Live Licks, which I don't like. That is it for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed. Oh, I'm sorry it went on for so long and that I've got so many freaking CDs and albums. Let me know in the comments below which ones you've got, or if you're going to try any out from what I've suggested. And I hope you have a really good day. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more from me, and I will see you guys very soon. Goodbye.